Ladies and gentlemen, Big Four Boys, episode 15. That was Carmelo's number at some point. I don't want to do the player tangent that we did last time, talking about Dirk and Bitcoin and anal. We'll dive right in. I've
By
got
the way, quick tangent. That NFT has dropped 33% in value since I bought it. Just,
holy
anyways, go
fucking
back.
shit.
Anyways,
Yeah. Dude, our boy Jake Schaefer. I don't want to go off too far on the anus as well, but our buddy Jake,
yeah.
he's a listener of the pod, and he's got some beef with you just on crypto and all that shit. So we'll have to have him on soon
Oh,
enough.
really? What's his beef, man? Yeah, we got to bring him on,
I'm not gonna speak for him, but we'll have him on as a guest soon enough. Um,
dude. But another quick tangent before we get to the next thing? Over
yeah,
the last 2 weeks, I've invested $5,000 in crypto, and that is not much. I know to a lot of people, but it is a large sum of money for me. And I've never invested anything more in crypto in my life, so
well,
we'll
our
see.
listeners are poor college students, so yeah, I think that's a fuck ton of money for them. So yeah,
It's basically a gamble that probably half of it will go to zero. So who knows?
yeah,
Actually, all of it will go to zero. But
yeah. But for the folks who are watching this on YouTube, I know we've got millions of subs there. I've got a different background. I'm actually in my brother's NYC apartment. He lives in the Times Square area, so I've just been walking out and
flex,
getting hit with all
flex.
these tourists. You walk outside, dude, and it's a fucking circus. You've got a naked guy juggling, trying to get money. You've got bums everywhere. It's like Portland in a way, in which there's a lot of homeless, but way more fun over here. That's for sure. There's not as many heroin needles. But I don't know. Should I just get into the trip? Do we want to talk football first and how bad we are at gambling? Maybe that makes more sense.
I don't know. I don't know. But New York sounds good, man. This is New York City. Everyone loves New York City. All our listeners in New York City.
Yeah.
Um, is stuff normal back there? How,
It's
when,
well. So I don't know what to compare it to because I was here back in June when I visited my brother earlier. The summertime it was great. When I was there in June, they had just lifted the mask mandate. I don't think Cuomo had come out as being that rapist yet, so people kind of liked him still. Maybe he had. I don't know, but I like him
yeah,
now. But
yeah.
but
Clearly, yes.
the summertime in NYC was good. It was bubbling. Places were open to like 5 a.m. The only issue was you walk outside in the summertime and it's your gooch is a swimming pool. It's just so wet and humid and it's tough. Whereas you come now and I like the fall time, the winter, and it's a good spot. But when I got here on Friday, it was crazy just showing up, going into a coffee shop and there's a long line. You get to the front, you have 2 seconds to order. You got some fat black lady yelling you like, "What the fuck do you want?" And you're like, "Oh God, I got to get my Americano." And feels good to be back in a city. Whereas in Portland, you go to a Starbucks downtown and it's just Antifa shattering the windows. So
And unionizing.
yeah, and yeah, unionizing and all that shit. So no, it's bubbling for sure. You go
How
downtown
much is a cup of coffee back there, by the way, in New York City?
in New York. I mean, it's steep. I think I got just a
15?
rip cup. Yeah, 15. No, it was like $4 for 16 ounces. So
Jeez Louise.
yeah, no, our listeners can't afford that.
I can't afford that.
Yeah, yeah, me neither. But should I keep going on this NYC? Do we want to break this up with how bad
All right.
we are at the
All
gamble?
right. We
You go.
could talk about gambling. Folks, as you know, we had a whole thing. I was in a survivor league. Winner took 10 grand. Um, Sad to report, I have lost. That was last week. We didn't do a pod last week because I just, I had a lot of stuff to study, and our boy was on a flight to New York. But yeah, last week, I think it was a Thursday night game. We were feeling good about it, but the Baltimore Ravens cost us a ton of money. Um,
That was 2 weeks ago, right? That was two Thursdays ago. The Thursday night game, Ravens Dolphins, where I don't think anyone could have predicted Lamar shitting the bed, but that's what happened.
yeah, and then But and then last week when Lamar's out and it makes total sense that they're going to lose to the Chicago Bears, they pull a fucking win out of their ass.
Yeah.
And that's just the perfect, way to describe my betting season this year. Folks, I have lost a lot of money betting for the past 5 weeks. I don't think I have a winning bet. Maybe it's because I keep on doing parlays and I want to win big, but I just can't. I can't. I don't know. Even the favorites I bet on, they're losing. Like the Buffalo Bills
Yeah.
losing to the Jacksonville Jaguars. You know what I've realized? I've realized that there's a bunch of good teams this year, but no like really great teams. Like,
Uh-huh.
is there like one team that you think, oh, this is a lock for the Super Bowl?
No, no, and like I said, preseason and even first couple of weeks, I thought the Bucks were good, and now they just kind of
They're
fucking
okay.
suck. They beat the Giants this week, but they've had some weird L's. Every team has a good win, and then they fucking lose. Like I always reference the Titans losing to the Jets. What the hell was that? You
And
just
they just lost this week.
yeah, who'd they lose to this week?
It was a shitty team. The Texans.
Yeah, they lost to the Texans. Yeah, Vrabel
Yeah.
just doesn't prepare for those
He
easy.
beats the Rams. Yeah, he beats the Rams. He beats the Bills, but he can't beat the.
Yeah. And then the Patriots are good all of a sudden when they looked like a Special Olympics squad. Like you don't really know who's gonna come out on top. But that's the good thing about the NFL too, is it's so I
Yeah,
don't
that is good. That is good.
know.
But normally, like every year, like, okay, this team is gonna make the Super Bowl. Like you have one lock. Like last year, everyone knew Chiefs are gonna make it, right? And
Mhm.
then from the NFC, everyone was like, okay, it's between the Rams, Packers, and I mean, I don't even know. Sorry, the Rams weren't in it. It was between the Packers and maybe the Saints and the Bucks, right? But this year, like, I feel like there's like 10 teams. I feel like the Bills can make it, the Cowboys can make it, the
Mhm.
Bucks can make it, the Packers can make it, the
Yeah.
Rams can make it, the Cardinals can make it, the
Yeah.
Chiefs can make it right now the way they've been playing the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I know you're gonna this is gonna be controversial, but the Patriots can make it. I
Yeah.
mean, okay, that's 8. Um, who else do you think can make it? That's not crazy. Um,
Mm,
did I miss
yeah.
anyone?
No, I feel like
The Titans can make it the way they beat those big teams, or no? Is that just like hocus pocus?
yeah, I don't have the standings in front of me, but you've made your point. I agree. I think it's a total toss up, toss my salad. But yeah, I don't know. It's really hard to pinpoint who's going to win. And that's another reason why I don't really gamble, folks. My brother's got a terrible gambling problem. We know Alec needs help as well. He needs to call that hotline because you just don't know. And I hate the idea of throwing away your money. I'm gonna trans real quick because on Saturday we were watching the Ducks get fucking pounded by Utah.
Ooh, the
Uh,
Utah Utes.
Dude, the Ducks were the worst number 3 team in college football history. I think we were so bad this year. We still are. I mean, we're playing Oregon State this Friday, and I am not confident about that game at all. Um,
Yeah, I don't know how you guys were number 3. Honestly, did you guys lose to Fresno State or did you guys beat
we
Fresno?
lost to Stanford, a game
Oh
that we
yeah,
shouldn't have even lost. That was the refs entirely. I mean,
barely beat barely beat Fresno State, barely beat UCLA.
barely
Um,
beat Arizona, who hadn't won a game when we were playing them. No, we sucked. Like in years past, Oregon, we still lose a couple games that keeps us out of ever being in the playoff, really. But at least in those previous years, you play those Pac-12 teams or those shitty teams, and we would blow them out. Whereas this year, we didn't blow out anyone besides Colorado. It was just close game. Yeah, it was like a 5-point game for these games where, in previous years we should have nutted on them. But anyways, like back to the gambling thing. So my brother he's like you, he's a huge parlay queer, I guess. He's a parlay
Parlay Queer.
guy where he just has the nuttiest fucking bets where we went to the Nets game on Friday against Orlando and he had this parlay that was like Wendell Carter Jr. has to score the first basket. Orlando has to be winning at half, and the Nets have to win the game. Just the craziest shit where he pays $10 for it, but the payout would have been like $800. And of
The
course,
cash.
no, of course, Wendell doesn't score the first basket, so he's immediately lost.
Dude, that's the problem, man. That's the
Yeah,
fucking problem, man.
yeah. But I get the appeal. Like those types of bets are so tempting. Where you go, oh,
Exactly.
it's only $10, and I could win so much.
Yes.
And every once in a while, he will hit where it pays for all those shitty bets that he's done. Like,
Exactly.
once in a while, he'll make enough to break even to continue this ignorance.
But the problem with me is I haven't hit one of these bets this entire season. Last year I hit like 2 of those bets last season. This season, 0, zilch. But I keep on doing it, and I keep losing money. And I have a problem, man.
Yeah,
And
that's my problem too. I mean, I feel like I don't know enough to even try to make those bets. I feel like my brother Tim, like he has a good enough sports background to where he understands statistically what makes sense or which player would be the first to score.
I'm just throwing darts. I'm
Yeah,
just throwing darts blindly. I have no
exactly.
idea what's going on.
I would just be throwing darts too. Dude, I know we're going all over the place, and I know we'll probably want to talk Thanksgiving shit, more football stuff. We can talk NBA too, but real quick, I remember at PwC because this is an accounting pod, folks. We did this thing for Super Bowls where I believe it was called Super Bowl Squares, or maybe it was a different thing. It wasn't Super Bowl Squares. It was a different thing where we would fill out this trivia where it would go what will be the number of the first player to score in the Super Bowl.
Oh,
And
okay.
so you would want to pick someone from like 20 to 30 maybe because that's usually a running back number. And then it's like what will happen out of these four? And I'm referencing from a few years ago. Jimmy G TD, Jimmy G pick, Tom or Patrick Mahomes TD or Patrick Mahomes pick, like out of those four, what will be the first one to happen? And like all these just random gambles you would do. And I think some chick who had never watched football ended up winning that contest. Where it's like this shit is
And she ended up winning a $5 Starbucks gift card thanks to cheap PWs.
yeah, you get $5. Yeah, we had to donate a pool of like 200, but all of that goes to BD, and then the rest is a $5 gift card to Starbucks. But it's funny how you could know. It's funny how you could
Administrator's fee.
Yeah, it goes straight to his pocket. That's a hair gel expense.
It doesn't even make up, a fraction of his hourly rate. He did it, putting up the game. He has to recoup his money, man.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
But it's so funny, and it's the same with March Badness too, where it's always just someone who has no fucking clue that ends up winning. My mom had an insanely good bracket last year just because she knew the Pac-12 teams, and she knew to have Oregon and Loyola going far because that's where my brother and I went to school. So she just based it off of the shit that she knew. And she ended up having a super good bracket where I'm sure there were people who watched a fuck ton of college basketball and just shit the bed on their bracket. So yeah, it's a crapshoot.
Yeah. Last year I had a nice bracket, but I ended up picking Gonzaga to win, and Gonzaga did not win. So
yeah,
I was this close. I was second place, but I lost.
Yeah.
It all matters on who you. Anyways, we'll come up with strategies on picking brackets later on. We'll do a bracketology pod.
Yes, that'll be great. We'll get
on how to
Jay
lose.
Billis on here or someone.
Yeah, we could get one of those guys. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Bill Simmons, Colin Cowherd, one of those guys.
Yeah, we can get one of them.
I know they've been trying to contact us to get us on one of these episodes, but we've been trying to push them back.
Yeah, we're gonna build our own thing, and then they can help out later if they want. And they need the exposure too.
That's what they're coming in for. They're not helping us. They're trying to get our viewers to their pods. You know what? Should we even mention their names.
We'll bleep that out. We'll have
Yeah, bleep
JC
that
or
out. Yeah.
Veronica or whatever the producer's name is to bleep that.
Okay, good. So let me ask you, man, you been watching any NBA
A decent
other
amount.
than the live game, other than the Nets game you went to? You've been watching a decent amount?
I've been watching a little bit here and there. I see the Blazers every now and again, and Dame is starting to hit some shots, but it's just free Kyrie. We got to let my man play, and I'll be back to watching more often. But I just, it's tough. It's
What do you
tough.
think? So you think these Warriors are legit, right?
Oh my God, dude. Steph
Yeah.
is so good.
And this
He's
is
light
them.
skinned, but he's good.
And this they messed up on their picks too. They didn't get Lamelo, Lamelo Ball. If they imagine they had Lamelo Ball right now, can you
Yeah.
imagine it? And then they also messed up because they didn't get. I think Wagner is his name, Franz Wagner or something.
Yeah, I saw him play on Friday. Yeah, he's on Orlando.
Yeah, and they got instead like Kaminga or something, and I don't know what his story is, but I mean they messed up twice. Imagine they had those two guys, Wagner, a 3-point bullseye, and then Lamelo with
Yeah,
Steph and Clay
yeah.
and Draymond.
And
That's
it'd be
that's your team.
yeah, it'd be insane, and they'd be set. But I don't know. They're still insane. They don't even have that Clay dude. I forget his name. Thompson. Yeah, he's all right.
Dude, he's talking a lot of shit.
Really? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you know who's been good for them is Gary Payton the second. He's
Jordan Poole, bro,
Jordan Poole. Yeah, he's wet. Poole.
and Wiseman hasn't even really played.
Yeah.
James Wiseman. I don't
I
know
mean,
if he'll be.
I fucking hate the Warriors. Just talking about them, I'm getting all pissed in my.
Yeah, I could tell in your face.
Yeah, well, my ears
Um,
going inside out. But no, I know, and they always dominate the West. It's can these guys just die? I thought that dynasty was over, but now
no,
Steph
it's
is
stronger than ever.
here, and he's throwing his mouth guard at a fan and shimmying after shots. It's I
Hey,
don't
so
know.
what's the deal with your Blazers, man? Why can't our Blazers and Mavs get it ever straight, man? Your Blazers are the same team over and over and over. Nothing's gonna change. They're not gonna win. I'm
Yeah,
pissed.
well, their president stepped down recently, and this is where my ignorance shows. Because I know we've got hundreds of thousands of Portland fans who can probably speak to this better than I can, but we had some president leave because
Neil Oshley, because
no, no, he's still there, but it was some dude who was in charge of PR, and he felt that they handled the Chauncey situation horribly when he got hired. He stepped down, and I'm sure Olshey will pass away or leave soon enough. You know how Paul Allen, the owner, died? Like, why couldn't it have been Olshey?
Oshley. I don't know, man. I'm just pissed because every year they bring the same product together and they don't expect
Right.
and they expect a different result. It's just
It's
if I'm a
terrible.
Blazers fan, I'm pissed. I'm angry.
Well, and if they do sign anyone, we can't get anyone good. We gave Evan Turner those fat stacks a couple of years ago. We're just paying Alan Crabb like
Yeah.
like we're our best bet is to just get lucky in the draft and hope that people have promise. I still, and we've talked about this on other pods, but Ant Simons looks great. I think he's going to have a really bright future.
If I hear that guy looks great one more time and he doesn't, I've been hearing he looks great for 3 years and I still don't see any real results.
I mean, he's like 22 and he's taking a bigger
Uh-huh.
role and he's got more muscle and I'd blow him. Like he's looking better.
Dude, you don't need a guard though. That's not your problem. You need like a wing, I think. I mean,
Well, that's the thing is you've got Dame and CJ, and then you hope that maybe you just go with Simons and you get rid of one of the other guys. I feel like if Dame's hip hop albums continue to be mediocre too, then maybe you get rid of him. Like I don't know. There's a lot of factors.
CJ went off last night, by the way. So he's definitely not the problem.
Yeah.
I don't know, but he is the problem. I'm just mad. I'm mad as a non-Portland fan that you guys don't do anything
Yeah.
to And guess what? I'm mad as a Mavericks fan that they brought the same product as last year. They gave Tim Hardaway a massive amount of money. I mean, he's not playing that badly, but 20 million a year, too much for me. And they expect a different result. By the way, Porzingis is looking very good.
Well,
Have you
section
been watching
10
him the
is a
past 6
player.
games?
Yeah, no, I haven't been watching.
He's putting up 25 and 8.
That's awesome.
Would you trade Porzingis for McCollum?
We do need more white men. I maybe would.
Oh, dude, I'd take that deal in a heartbeat. Because I don't trust Porzingis. I mean, as much as
Give
he's been
us.
playing,
We'll take Luca too, a package for McCollum. And I'm down.
yeah.
All right, all right. I want to talk about this real quick, kind of away from Blazers Mavs. Have you seen JJ Redick on First Take? Did you see him go at Stephen A? This is the best thing I've ever seen.
No, I haven't.
You finally have a player or an ex-player, a guy who's retired, talking some sense on ESPN. It's not like Kendrick Perkins, who's a fucking idiot.
He's not like my boy Skip.
No, so he hasn't gone on what is Skip Undisputed is there?
Yeah, that's
bullshit.
FS1, yeah.
Yeah, that's awful. But he did go on First Take, and it's always something with LeBron, like you know how LeBron elbowed that dude on the Pistons and bloodied him up, and he got suspended. So there was this debate where Stephen A was saying that players don't fear LeBron like they feared MJ or Kobe. And it's just anything to get this guy's name on their show.
Yeah, of course.
They do it every time. They do it every single day. It's like, let's get a headline here. It's fucking terrible. And Stephen A was just saying,
and we're the schmucks that keep on watching.
Yeah, we're the fucks. Well, I don't watch that bullshit. I just look at clips from time to time. But I agree. I agree. You say yeah, you say shit that's outrageous, and you're gonna get clicks.
But the number one ESPN First Takes #1 subscriber, Alex Evans.
Yeah,
he likes and comments everything.
Yeah, I'm on their Patreon too. No, but
I think they just posted a video.
Yeah, so their argument, Stephen A was just saying LeBron is not feared like Jordan and Kobe, and JJ Redick was on the show and said that's fucking BS. He is as feared as those guys. And Stephen A just went, well, no, if you watch the game, you'd understand. And then JJ cuts him off and goes, no, listen, buddy, I played the game for 15 years. He just called him out on the show. And it was good stuff. He said, you don't know what you're talking about. I actually played, and we feared LeBron. Because JJ was on Orlando for, I think, some of those playoffs. He was on Philly. He played LeBron in tough games. And so I feel like he would know better than this schmuck Stephen A.
Hey, don't respect the GOAT. Guy's getting paid $10 million a year.
Right, yeah.
He was making more than JJ Redick as a player.
That's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, GOAT.
Hey, speaking of LB,
I called him the smartest guy on TV, so you know, man.
Yeah. Good, you racist prick.
Yeah,
You like the white guy over, huh? Is that what's going on here?
Right.
What the white guy says sounds very knowledgeable.
Yeah,
huh?
right. If you disagree with a black guy, you're racist. That's like the John Kerry motto with Obama. But we can we don't have to go down that rabbit hole because we're already gonna get this podcast shut off. Especially if we're going with Spotify, they're gonna protest like they did Rogan.
They did.
Oh yeah, but that wasn't a race thing. I think that was just like a vaccine thing.
Oh, speaking of protests, again, this is a total tangent. There was this article about in Canada. You've been to Canada, right?
I haven't actually. I don't think I've ever been.
I've been like as a young kid, no interest in really going. USA baby. But no, there's this region, province. I think they call their states provinces. Sounds probably ignorant. I don't know. Yeah. Quebec. Anyways, so there's this province called Quebec, and the headquarters of Air Canada is there.
Okay.
And also, therefore, the CEO is there. And the CEO only speaks English. And Quebec, which is known to be a French-speaking province in Canada, was protesting this the CEO in this corporation for because their CEO does not speak French, and they just did not feel that that's right, and that's not fair to the region. So they were very angry and frustrated um, that the CEO is not speaking French.
Damn, that doesn't seem very inclusive of them. That's like the American equivalent of us getting pissed at Mexicans for not knowing the language. Like,
I mean, apparently it's a big thing. Apparently there was like an Air Canada flight that had like the word exit larger than the French word for exit, which is sortie.
yeah,
So they ended up suing Air Canada, the passenger, some passenger or whatever, and then they ended up winning like 20 grand.
wow.
So I did not know it's such a big thing, but apparently people will protest for anything.
People are sensitive. People get pissed. Yeah, there was the Netflix walkout for the Dave Chappelle train.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that ever does anything. I guess you mentioned a lawsuit. That's something that is tangible and you actually get money out of it. But some of these protests or walkouts, you're like, I don't think anything's changing here with you, holding up a cardboard sign and skipping work.
Well, you get to skip work and get paid for it.
Yeah, yeah, that's a perk. All right, dude. Yeah, we've been all over the anal on this podcast. I feel like we've discussed. I had a little New York shit. Talked NBA, football. Let's talk turkey real quick. Turkey talk. Thanksgiving. You doing anything fun? You with the fam? What plans you got? This is a Thanksgiving ep, folks. It'll come out 2 days after.
Okay. Um, what am I doing with the family? I'm actually going to my sister's fiance's place.
That's
Um,
nice.
and their family is doing a big turkey dinner with like 25 heads.
Holy shit,
And
a lot of heads.
yeah, yeah, it is a lot of heads, right? So that's what I'm doing tomorrow. I don't know if, yeah, it'll be interesting, but yeah, it's gonna be a lot of heads. For
Do you ever deal with the bullshit of them going, "Hey, Alec, when are you tying the knot with some guy?" Or do they ever ask you those types of questions?
Not yet, not until my sister gets married, but that's officially yes. Or when that happens, absolutely. What about you? You don't have to worry about that because you have an older brother too, right?
I have a younger brother.
Oh, your
Yeah,
brother's younger. I thought he was older.
no, he's younger. And
Oh, you're definitely on the hook then, my man.
Yeah, no, you get those questions. Luckily for me, it's just immediate family that I've been with the past year or two because of COVID, and your grandparents will be put on a ventilator if they fly or something like that. And so it's just been my parents and myself. My brother hasn't come home for Thanksgiving since he was in high school because he went to school in Chicago and then he lives in NYC now. So
Did you go to what you call? Did you go to U Chicago?
no, he went to Loyola.
Oh, that's why your mom. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, with the old hag, Sister Jean. And so he went there and lives in NYC now. And so he never comes home. So it's really just been me and then the parents for the past few years, and that's super low key. When we were growing up, my dad would always do the turkey, and we would help out, and it's just a classic dad moment of making Thanksgiving dinner. That's one of the most stressful things I think for a parent, where they're flipping out and they're throwing knives across the kitchen.
Yeah.
They're going wild. And so the past few years, we've just bought a turkey from a place, and it's been so much easier.
Where do you get it from?
So there's this supermarket that we go to where they have a whole spread, and it's not too pricey, and so we'll just do that, and it's so much more convenient than, I don't know, everyone's slaving away in the kitchen.
Dude, I'm totally with you, man. If there was a place like that in LA, I'd be so down to do that for my mom.
Yeah, well, I'm sure Whole Foods is doing it. LA, you guys
Whole
got,
Foods. What do you think? We're rich or something here?
well, some vegan options probably if you're in LA.
God, Whole Foods. You say Whole Foods is we burn money out of my house, man. We
Yeah,
can't afford
too
it.
much.
Sorry, all right, I forgot. All right, folks, we got a Portland Richie over here. People,
No, I was gonna say
hey, big shot.
with any accounting salary, yeah, you're definitely not getting expensive groceries. But who's preparing the food for 25 heads is my question. That's tough.
Clearly, you aren't because you're just gonna buy everything from Whole Foods, huh? You guys got a personal chef too to make your Whole Foods food.
Sure, yeah, we'll have some guy whipping in the kitchen.
Uh huh.
We've got 3 people, which is a lot easier.
Three
Whereas
personal chefs.
if we had a personal chef, I would be Lizzo's size probably. I wouldn't stop eating, but um,
No, but you're eating from Whole Foods, so it's all healthy. It just comes out, anyways.
yeah, it comes out of the ass.
Okay, folks, can you believe this elitist MF right now has a personal chef, buys from Whole Foods,
Yeah, yeah. We're loaded over here. Mansions, hookers, yeah, everything you can imagine.
drugs?
Yeah. Coke, no Pepsi. Um, but dude, it is nice. I'll probably have to hop on some of those Zoom calls like we're doing right now. I'll have to hop on some family Zooms. What a disaster the family Zoom is. You've got your grandparents who don't know how to turn the camera on. It's been like almost 2 years of pandemic and they've got their nostrils up inside the cam. So you're just looking at their ass cheeks or their nose hairs. It's a tough scene and they never can figure it out.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about that because my grandparents don't even have the internet or whatever. So,
Oh, I thought you were gonna say they're not even alive, and I was like, good. Uh, but
no, they don't know what Wi-Fi is. You know, they're just
yeah,
with their old, yeah, they got their telephone book and
yeah,
their wired phones.
rotary
They
phone.
don't even have a wireless, landline phones.
Yeah, yeah, I could see that totally. But no, dude, I think Turkey Day will be good for us. When I was in not in high school, in middle school, I would go up to the local elementary school and we'd play pickup football and some parents there would touch us maybe. And it was a fun time where you'd get active as a kid. Did you guys ever do shit like that? I feel like that's kind of gone now. Kids are now inside on their Nintendo Switch and
Dude, back then we had a PS2. We were just back then playing in PS Jack and Daxter. I don't know if you remember that game. That's what I was doing.
what is Jack Off? What is it called?
Jack and Daxter. You don't remember that
No,
game?
no. I PS2. We also had one. God, that thing was a dinosaur.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys had one, Richies. You guys probably had a few. One for each different game, huh?
Well, one for each
Pretty sure.
bathroom, so you could play while taking a shit.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah, probably on. You guys had nice flat screens even back then, huh?
when plasmas were like $2,000 for a
Yeah,
30
you
inch.
guys had one for each bathroom, probably.
Yeah. No, we really did. And yeah, you put Azers on there or something. It's yeah, high
As
def.
a 12-year-old, you're
Yeah.
experiencing everything HD at least, huh?
Yeah.
While
Yeah.
the rest of us had crappy TVs, had those
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I gotcha. But so you guys weren't outside, you weren't in the field playing Thanksgiving. That was such a big thing as kids, but I
My
just
school
don't
did not
see.
have football. We had basketball. We did not have football. I
But
didn't know.
you guys didn't have a park that you would go play at. I guess
Yeah,
LA,
but
like
we weren't into football at all. Everyone was into basketball. Like basketball was our big thing. It
yeah,
was like basketball was our religion. We'd watch the games, then we'd go the next day. We'd like have some commentary. It was like first take. We'd have to come up with like the hottest take, and yeah, it was just basketball.
yeah. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. For us, it wasn't really basketball. We were all just tiny white kids, so we knew that wasn't going to pan out long term.
Oh, I thought I was gonna be the next Dirk.
You thought you were league bound. It's funny how in elementary school everyone thought they were league bound. Then it hits you at a certain age. For me, luckily, it was early enough. I think it was probably fifth grade where I said, "Yeah,
Oh man,
this
I had aspirations until like 7.
really."
I was like, this growth spurt's gonna kick in. This growth spurt's gonna kick in. All I need is just to be tall. All I need is to be just tall.
Yeah,
Never kicked in.
I think that is a decent thing about growing up in a city though is you have so much competition that you realize that shit is going to get difficult. I'm gonna
Well,
name
you guys didn't have that because you guys owned the city, so there wasn't much competition to worry about.
yeah, not much comp. No, but I went to a high school that had
Just your butlers
yeah,
who
I
would lose the game on purpose.
right, yeah, we had Dunleavy or whatever his name is refing for us.
Hmm.
But no, our high school had 2,000 people, so there was heavy comp. You know, we had the tall black kids who weren't letting us win, and so yeah, you learn at an early age, like, all right, I'm gonna have to go to accounting.
So you were in public school, huh? Was that would just like experience how the other side lives for a week or something like that?
Yeah, no, it was a field trip for one day.
Yeah, gotcha. Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
You rich kids with your homeschool and probably have like, professors teaching you
Oh my God.
eighth grade algebra, huh?
We had the Harvard professors fly in and show us the ropes, and
Uh-huh.
we were living good. Living
Mr. Whole Foods, folks. Mr. Whole Foods.
Yeah, is Whole Foods I guess if you're a guy shopping at Whole Foods, like you like cock, don't you?
Don't tell me, man. You're the Whole Foods shopper here.
No, no.
Mr. Whole Foods, or should I say Ms. Whole Foods?
Yeah, trans Whole Foods. I don't know. I get confused now. But when is Bezos just gonna call that Amazon? Like when is the name gonna change? Or is it gonna always be Whole Foods?
Um, it's always going to be Whole Foods because people like you, elitists, won't shop from Amazon because you guys hate Amazon, but you guys love Whole Foods.
Yeah, it's a good point. I gotta share something I did. This one lady who so I've been in New York for like 6 days now, folks, and we went. My brother and I went to a comedy show on Monday.
Dude, you guys have been keeping him busy.
Yeah, yeah, we've been doing fun stuff. But we went to this show on Monday, and this one girl who I'd never heard of had a really fucking funny Amazon joke. I don't know if I can share other people's comedy, but
No,
I'm going to.
no.
She talked about some lady having a miscarriage on the job at Amazon, and Bezos fired her. And she's like, well, that's confusing. Isn't that the ultimate 2-day delivery? I was like, that's a good line right there. Love a good miscarriage.
See, these rich people, they're so out of touch. They don't even get. We don't even laugh at the same jokes.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
laugh at people's firing and misery.
That's
And,
true. But you love a good, like, this lady was talking about beating up trans people and like retards, and you
and
go,
poor people.
yeah, well, yeah, and you see this and you go, this is comedy right here.
Uh-huh.
You love laughing at the peasants.
So what? You and your brother, you guys do rent limos, fill them up with, get balloons, fill them up with champagne, then throw them at hobos and say, "This is the
But
taste of the good life."
well, now
Yeah,
champagne's a stretch. It's like mimosas and cum.
yeah. You guys just throw it at hobos, huh?
Yeah, yeah. No, but
Funny.
New York is it's nice. It's busy.
You guys, where are you guys in right now? You guys are in a penthouse with like some building right now.
Yeah, I can show you the spot. It's I don't know if the folks can see, but so this is my brother's bed right here, and then got a huge TV.
Mm-hmm.
That thing's like an IMAX, folks. And then there's the door. He's got a shitty bike and a bathroom, and we are living.
Yeah,
And then
this must be the butler's quarters, huh?
the jacuzzi's in the other room. But yeah, he's living large, the city life. Could you ever live in New York? I don't know if I could do it.
Dude, I would love to, but yeah, I don't know if I could hack it.
It's
It's
not a
too
lot of
expensive
space.
for a guy like me. I
It's
don't know.
it's expensive AF. It's limited space. Uh, yeah, I think you would just have to get out as much as possible and then like enjoy the homeless and the city.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of things for you rich people to do.
Yes. Yes.
And
Loaded.
not for the rest of us accountants. We just don't have much to do.
Yeah. Do we have an accounting topic? I feel like I'm kind of out of anal here. I don't know what else. Do you got anything else? We talked turkey. We talked losing bets. I
We
talked
talked
trip.
Whole Foods.
Yeah, I don't know what that
We
was.
talked about your family as well.
Yeah, we talked about how the family stuff is always awkward at Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. Even for rich people, folks, they're not much different than us.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. We're pretty down to earth, and we're not going to slap you around too much.
Um, I think that's it for me, man.
All right, good stuff. So this is going to come out Saturday, so 2 days after Thanksgiving. To the folks listening, we appreciate you. We're going to keep climbing. The channel's going to keep getting bigger. Alec, I sent you the people who on my TikTok even are like, hey, man, I'm enjoying the pod. There's people showing love.
Hey, man,
Appreciate it.
it's in the thousands. We want to get back to you guys, but we have thousands of people that are hitting us up, and we'll try to get there.
Yeah, and have a good Thanksgiving. Even if you're poor, try to enjoy it. And we're signing off. Episode 15 in the books. See you next week. Queef.